Hello, good day. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This week episode, we are going to be talking about something that is really very important to me, something I'm really passionate about, something that I find on my own personal opinion that a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business people lack. And trust me, on this channel, I will always give you guys very practical, life applicable steps that you could apply in your business to be able to continue to see growth, real growth, and incremental growth. Business is not easy. And so my goal is to be able to help entrepreneurs with practical principles, strategies, and life lessons that could help them to be able to grow their business and to scale their business to any level they so wish to or desire. So today I'll be talking on something that is very important and something that means a lot to me. And it was just my meditation that most entrepreneurs would give up right before their breakthrough in business. And sometimes this is because they don't understand the process of growth. And, it's just so sad that everything in life grows. Everything in life starts small. A giant tree today was once a seed. A grown-up adult man or woman was once a little baby. So even in business, there are process, there are steps. No one just emerge, no business is just emerge. It's a process of growth. And today I'm going to break down what I title the law of process, helping us understand the law of process because everything has process, everything has steps that it takes to be able to form or mature fully. And today we are going to be looking on five stages that every entrepreneur must go through, plus what you need to do when things are not working. Most times, when you plant a corn, for example, in the farm, the farmer don't just go to the farm every day. Oh, why is it not growing? Why is it not growing? He knows that he's done his part, and sometimes it's just time you need for your result to start showing and your result to start speaking. So he leaves it. Sometimes in 1 week it hasn't grown, but you come to the farm the second week, you see that okay, it start germinating little. So in business is that way too. So I'm going to show you what to do when things are not working because most of you guys are doing everything you know how to do, but it seems that nothing are working. Sometimes result just needs time to manifest so you can stay consistent and to build the business of your dream. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Leonard, and I'm very passionate about helping entrepreneurs build businesses from scratch and to grow into the kind of leaders, right, who can be able to scale and succeed in their various industry. So if you've been frustrated that your business isn't taking off, this video is going to show you why and how to stay on track until it does. Please do well to subscribe, do well to share, and listen again because every week I post content that literally could help you become a very better entrepreneur and build more successful businesses. All right, so let's talk about what the law of process is, by the way, because this episode is called the law of process. So, what is the law of process? See, the law of process says that leaders develop daily and not in a day. Leaders would always develop daily and not in the day. So your business, your mindset, and your leadership grows step by step over time, not really overnight. So just like fitness, right? You can't go to the gym once and you expect like to start having six packs, to start having abs, to start taking seeing your shape improve tremendously. You have to show up consistently before result becomes very visible. So I'm going to talk briefly on the five steps that every entrepreneurs go through. And after that, I'll just discuss the five things you do when things are not working. But trust me, there are stages in your business where it looks like things are not working, even when you're doing all you know how to do. And that moment, you can be tempted to give up. So now, what are the five stages entrepreneurs go through? Um, uh, so number one, there's the ignorant and zeal and passion. Yes, so you're excited. This is the phase number one stage, ignorant with zeal and passion. So this is the stage where you are excited, you are fired up about your idea. Oh, I've just got this great idea. It's just it's so the idea came such in a way that impacted you so much that you sat down, you saw the potential, you saw the problem that the potential that this your solution has, the problem to solve, how we are going to change the world, how it can literally change civilization. For some, maybe how it can help you make billions and millions of dollars, right? But rare at this point, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And this is the honeymoon phase. Energy is high, but direction isn't clear. You probably do not have any experience in building businesses. Maybe you've never even done any business, or maybe you've done business before, but you literally don't know anything about that industry. So this is the stage. Every entrepreneur will go through that stage. They are ignorant when they started. They didn't even know. I was listening to Mark Zuckerberg commencement speech at Harvard. I think it's 2016, or I don't remember the year. He was saying that he didn't start out knowing how to be able to connect the world through Facebook. He just started building something to be able to connect students in Harvard to be able to reach out to their friends. And he just started, and over time, it just grew. And there's this popular quote by Zig Ziglar that said that you don't need to be great to start, but you need to start to be great. Yeah, so this is a stage of ignorance with zeal and passion. To this point, you're just zealous, you're so passionate, you do not know the intricacies of making your idea work. So let's go to the second stage. The second stage is where reality sets in. Everybody knows this. Everybody who probably about business has gone through this phase. So this stage is suddenly you begin to see your gaps. You see the gaps in your knowledge, the gaps in your experience, and how, oh my goodness, oh, this idea, how will I put this through? Are you sure I can do this? Are you sure I can have the resources, the human resources, the network to be able to make this work? So this is where you realize how much you don't know about marketing, how much you don't know about sales, how much you don't know about finances, how much you don't know about system and structures and processes, how much you don't know, a lot of things, how to lead people, how to manage people, how to get stuff done. It just the reality just kicks in. So this can be very discouraging phase, but it's very necessary because it shows you what to learn. Sometimes if this reality don't stick in, you will not see, you'll think that people will build businesses and people will have results in business. They're just easy. They just go to the offices, nice car, and they are doing well. But you don't see the pain. But you see, when you start in that, when that reality sticks in, it just helps you to be appreciate knowledge. People will come and take time from their busy schedule to be able to share information through contents, through podcasts, through interviews. You just know that Kai, this man has been doing this thing for 5 years, I've been doing this thing for 10 years, and I just started and this has become very difficult for me. Right. So this space is very important, right? So that you can be able to see, be able to reveal to you the gaps in areas where you need to learn, because that is where when you begin to realize, oh, this is my gaps. So now the third phase, after this reality has kicks in, then the third stage is the learning phase. So now this is where you begin to start looking for the information to start learning what you don't know, right? What changed my life is it's very important to be able to learn what you don't know. The fact that you don't know it does not mean that you can't know it, right? So that moment where you realize you don't know something is the moment where you can start to humble yourself and go get the knowledge from people who have it. So the third stage is the learning stage. You start reading books, you start following mentors, you start gaining knowledge, right? But results are still very slow. At this point, you are learning, your confidence is coming little by little. But right at this stage, the result hasn't come because it's just head knowledge. You begin to know theories, you've watched a lot of interviews, a lot of podcasts, a lot of things on marketing. You're now passionate, you're now pursuing after knowledge. But at this point, result are still slow. This state tests your patience because you are doing the right thing, but it feels like nothing is happening. I've heard people say, Leonard, I'm learning a lot of things. I'm trying to figure out this, but my business is still not taking off. Yeah, there's difference between head knowledge and experiential knowledge. You see, sometimes that is why when doctors go to medical school, they still allow them to do what they call housemanship, where they go and serve under a consultant doctor or a senior doctor at the hospital, right? So that everything he learns, he can begin to practicalize them. That knowledge that comes from reading, and there's knowledge that you can only get through experience as doing implementation. So now you're learning, but it feels like nothing is happening. So now this moves us to the first stage, which is the skills. Now you've developed skills, but now there's still little results. You see, your skill would improve, right? Now you know how to sell. Now you know how to market your business. Now you know how to lead people better. You know how to lead your team better. But results are still very small. This is where most people quit. Remember, sometimes results just need time to show up, even when you're doing the right thing. It's just like a farmer going to plant corn and expect the corn to grow in 2 days. No, sometimes the seed is in the ground, it's just doing its thing, nature is just doing a thing, but it doesn't mean that the corn is not going to grow. It's just that sometimes certain things just needs time to be able to manifest. Certain things just needs time. You are not doing the wrong thing, you've done the right thing. But for that result to show for there's no manifestation yet, but it just needs time to develop. And this is where many people get very discouraged because sometimes this thing can take 1 year, can take 2 years. See, the average businesses in Africa, 90% of business close within their first 5 years of starting. And in my own opinion, I feel this is the phase, discouragement kicks in. You feel, am I sure I'm doing the right thing? Am I sure this idea is going to work? I always would remind myself, Leonard, there's profit in all labor. There's profit in all labor, no matter how childish, how simple your idea looks. If you give it time with the right knowledge, the right skill set, and you know what you're doing, trust me, that business has potential in it to be able to impact the world, impact society, and to be able to generate a lot of profit to you, right? To reward you for bringing that solution to the marketplace. But you just need, sometimes some result just needs time to be able to manifest. So stage 5, this is the result stage. Finally, now your knowledge, your knowledge, your experience, your persistence that has paid off. But now customer trust you, the system works, you figured out a system that works, your revenue has grown and you begin to reap the reward of staying consistent, right? So after you've done it for a while, now your persistence begins to pay off. Sometimes you say to be able to succeed in anything, more than knowledge, more than skills, sometimes you need persistence. You need to be tenacious. They say tough times don't last, but tough people does. You need persistence. Listen to read biographies of great men like Rockefellers, um, um, Carnegie, Larry Ellison, Elon Musk. These guys had trying times. Even the story of Elon Musk when he was in the verge of going bankrupt in his company, right? Tesla is a great company, but there was a time Tesla was on the verge of going bankrupt. Elon Musk would have shut down, but his persistence paid off. And today, Tesla is like one of the most valuable companies in the world. Just imagine all these great products, Apple, HP, Facebook, Meta, Google, OpenAI, Tesla, Toyota. Do you want to say that all the founders of these great companies never had trying times at some point in their business where they felt discouraged, where they felt like it was almost impossible for them to be able to grow? Just imagine they had given up. Just imagine they didn't keep pushing. We wouldn't have had these innovations and this great company that is changing the world today. How about what if that your idea you have that you're already discouraged and you're about giving up on will be the next idea that will literally create job for the next engineers, create job for the next computer scientists, be the product that is going to make life very easy and very convenient for a lot of people. What if your company is going to be the next big thing that would rise and change civilization? Guys, stay with your idea, believe in your idea, and stay true and faithful even up until the end. So now, having shared this 5 stage, trust me, every of us, no matter you listening to me, no matter the point you are in your journey, trust me, a time will come. All of us are in one or even more of these points. But all of us are somewhere. So it's just for you to look at it and carefully and see where you are currently in your journey. So quickly, I would like to give you 5 things you do, especially when things are not working. Many people know how to celebrate success, but people don't know how to deal with failure and resistance. So when things are not working, there are 5 things that has helped me, and there's 5 things that can help you. So number one is deeply know your why. You have to write why you started. Be true to yourself. Sometimes people, the reason why you started is you want to make money. Many entrepreneurs start out just wanting to make money, but I would always advise money should not just be the primary why you go into business, because challenging time will test you. Because sometimes the stress you even go through to making that business works, if you are channeled out chance, there are other ways you can make money conveniently without even having to go through the stress. But having money as your primary reason for going to business is not wrong, but should not just be the primary reason why you're getting into business. So deeply know your why, because when you know your why, when those resilience come, where those trying time comes, it's your why that would keep you. Oh, this is why I started in the first place. And have I achieved it? No. That means you'd continue. It gives you strength. You draw strength from your why when things begin to get tough. Number two is because your why will keep you grounded even when results show, right? Even when results show, because success and failure are almost like the same thing. When you begin to see success, it can distract you and you can fail. Many people, the only reason why they failed was because they succeeded. So they start having money, they got distracted, they start mismanaging fund, they start traveling around instead of focusing on building the business. Why? Because even your why don't just keep you in trying times, but it keeps you grounded even when the results are slow. Number two is be sure that you know what you are doing has the potential for growth. Persistence in the wrong direction is futility. You don't want to be resilient and persistent in the wrong direction. Speed in the wrong direction is not an advantage. So you want to be sure that what you're doing has the potential for growth. You want to be able to validate your business model. No point pushing a dead idea. Most of you guys, the idea you're doing currently truthfully does not have the potential for growth. The market, the available market is very small. It's not even yet a problem that many people would buy. Maybe it's just a problem you have, but it's not a problem that people outside your community need, right? So you want to be able to show your idea is something that has the ability to scale your nationwide in your country, continent wide, and even abroad sometimes, because business is all about numbers. It's all about numbers, right? So you want to be able to show that there's a lot of demand for the solution you are creating. That if it works, would people, how many people, what are the potential market opportunity that exist in this market? So this is where you need to do your research, be able to find out so that you'll be able to know that what you are doing has potential for growth. Number three is follow a mentor. You see, mentorship shorten your learning curve. Mentorship is the quickest way to be able to have fast success. Shorten your learning curves by learning from someone who have done it before. Sometimes you might not necessarily have direct access to these people, but thankfully to YouTube, thankfully to podcast platforms. Now, most of all these people now share ideas for free through podcast, through interview, through television, whatever ways. So you do not have any excuse. There's someone who has already been successful in your field, in the industry you're trying to pursue success at. So it's only wise for you to be able to learn from them if you have the privilege of access. Do not take it for granted. You must honor your mentor, you must appreciate their time, and you must be willing to learn, not just learn, but take action. It's one thing to listen to mentorship, learn advice, and just get familiar. But it's another thing to really want to improve. Results happen when you take actions, not just when you listen. So you want to listen, but at the same time, you want to take action as well. So you have to shorten your learning curve by learning from someone who have done it before. Fourthly, second to the last but not the least, coming to strategic learning and consistent implementation. Strategic learning and consistent implementation. Don't just learn, implement daily, guys. Action matters. Action matters. You see, everyday companies, what people do in companies every day is just making decisions, or different decision happens. And the quality of this decision is involved in the quality of decision stem from the quality of advice, learning, and research that backs your decision and your action you take. So when you learn, take action, guys, implement daily. Don't let fear stop you. Oh, fear of failure. What if it doesn't work? Yes, it's better you fail forward than to fail backward. Failing forward means you tried but it didn't work. Failing backward means that you know what to do, but you were scared to do it, so you didn't do it, so you didn't even know if it worked or not worked. I would rather implement something and let it fail, and I'll know at least I tried my best. I put in my effort, but it's just that it did not work, than to just live in regret and see someone else doing what I thought about doing and it's working for the person, and I start living in regret tomorrow. Lastly, number 5 is to master patience. Patience is not just waiting, it's staying consistent with the right action until results show up. So most people think patience is just staying and doing nothing. No, it's just continue doing what you're doing, improving consistently, just letting time, because I told you guys that sometimes some result just needs time to manifest. So you have to stay consistent with the right action until results show up. Guys, you see, my goal is that these few points I've been able to give you, that you listen over and over again and just really know that sometimes your idea is has a lot of potential in it, and there is profit in all labor. So you just need to stay consistent. You need to develop the resilience, and you just judge your idea from these parameters that I've mentioned, and to be able to stay consistent. So guys, the love process will teach us that leadership, business, and entrepreneurship, even life generally, is a marathon, not just a sprint. If you are maybe in stage 3 or stage 4 right now, don't quit. The results are catching up with your consistency. Guys, thank you so much for being watching to the end. Please do well. I know, don't mind the quality of the video. Very soon we will improve the quality, but just listening to the value we are presenting on this channel. Every week I drop something that could help you, take your business to the next level. Thank you so much for being here. Please do well to subscribe and like. I could drop on the comment section and let me know what you think and what stood out for you in this session.